You're listening to the Fitzy and Whipper podcast.
Let's talk about streaking. We're streaking. Was that old school?
It was.
You got a bit of that, Macca?
What the hell are you doing?
We're streaking. We're going up through the quad to the gymnasium.
Everybody's doing it.
Great movie.
There's no one else behind you. Isn't that awesome? She's in the car with her girlfriends and goes, oh my God, that's my husband. I don't think I've ever really streaked. I mean, streaking in its true form is when you jump the boundary of the field and you run on completely nude. And it was quite big sort of in the 80s, 90s. You know, there's some great footage of people going, I'm going to leave my clothes in the stands and see if I can make it to the middle of the pitch.
Well, security back then was pretty haphazard, whereas now you've got to be game because you're not getting far.
So what do you... Go on.
It's also the case that streakers now are less the let's take our kid off and have a good time, and they tend to be doing it for some kind of protest or climate change activation, and so there's just a world of people running onto a field and then athletes flattening them.
Yep, someone's got free to bet written on their bum. This woman here, this was at a soccer game, and this went viral. This was floating around on TikTok, but there was a match-winning goal that was scored, and she decided to lift up her top of the SS.
Oh, yeah.
So not exactly streaking, but a form of nudity and a form of celebration.
Total nudity. You can see everything.
The camera was on her, and it was in that moment that she went, I don't know what else to do right now, but I want to show everybody how wrapped I am. Wrap your eyes around these. And she showed her bosoms. She's now making an absolute fortune because she went straight to OnlyFans. $21 per month. You can see her and a little bit more of her.
But you've already seen them.
Yeah, but I think you see more and in sort of different situations.
It's my favourite thing about breasts that men think the more you look at them, the more they change. They don't, guys. That one photo is the pic. That's them. Take it or leave
Sarah,
it.
they can be in completely different environments.
Well, you can't change their shape. You can't do little tricks with them like men do.
Or you can.
No, you can't.
Well, the girl that turned up to her back-to-school formal, who was nicknamed Helicopter
tassels.
Boobs,
That's
Tom,
right.
she had tassels. She was your date.
Yes, she was my date.
And she had a rotary system on the end of her...
Yes.
And they were spinning, weren't
Well, I went to the bathroom during the formal, and then I came back like a minute later, and her dress was half off, and she was showing you all her tricks.
Well, they're giving us a demo, product.
And then we were asked to take the photos down from Instagram. Do you know what's interesting? If I was to streak, I mean, you're going to get a fine and you might be banned, from that stadium for life or something. I don't know what the rules are now, but one, you got to work out what the fine is. If you go $5,000, then you go, all right, let's pass the hat around. Who wants to see me run onto the field in the nude? So to start with, let's make sure we can pay the wager and I'm not out of pocket for $5.
Crap, mate.
But then I reckon what I'm going to do is on the weekend, I'm going to get Lisa just to film me running through the backyard in the nude, so that I can actually see what I look like running in the nude. So when it's on the big screen and played back
practice
to me,
shots.
I don't look back at it and go, oh, geez, the bum's a bit saggy. Oh, my boobs are bouncing.
You're doing a an undress
You've got to do an undress
No,
rehearsal.
you're doing an undress
You have to
rehearsal.
do an undress
You'd be
rehearsal.
really hoping for that. What do they call the camera that swings on the wires above?
Oh, yeah.
Spy cam or whatever. You'd really want that because always in
bird's
photos,
eye.
from above.
And
not
the other
from
thing
below.
is, too, when you get caught by security or one of the other players, you don't want an ugly tackle in the nude. You don't want to be driven into the ground when your head's there and all of a sudden your bum's in the air and you
your
look like a
bits are out.
bulldog from behind.
Yeah, you can't control
You
that.
don't want that
It's
either.
the risk.
13, 24, 10. I know it's a Hail Mary. Have you streaked? Have you streaked?
I don't know if it's a Hail Mary. There's
Not many.
A lot of people do it.
No, they don't.
There was the guy at the NRL Grand Final. I mean, if you're going to do it, you want to do it properly. There was the guy at the NRL Grand Final who used to play for the Raiders who wanted to do one of those climate change streak ones.
That's right.
Did it at the wrong end of the field, tried to rip the coverage off the post, failed. The game was being played at the other end. Game didn't even stop before he was arrested. Gets the fine, gets the ban.
In the nud?
No impact at all.
Because the other thing that changed too, during the 90s, they would broadcast it and they'd go, oh, have a look at this. Someone has streaked on the field like it was part of the show.
That was the best part of Test
But
cricket.
now they won't do it anymore. The broadcaster won't show the nude person running on, which is un-Australian,
Isn't
if you
it?
ask me. It should be stop the game, celebrate the nude, and focus on that.
And work out the profession based on the tan lines.
All right, have you...
You're listening to the Fitzy and Whipper podcast.